soon.
So like I said, all you have to do is just pack them tightly into the little balloon, and you just got to learn not to gag. And I mean, boom, you can get your product all over the world. I mean, it's not that hard. People do anything for money.
Oh, shoot, we're live.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so how's it going, everybody? So let's see. How was your day? How was your day, Dorian?
Oh, not bad. We had Pride. We had the big Pride parade here in my town, and except for the cloudy weather, it went off pretty well.
Okay. Now, so is it like a Pride weekend, or is it Pride week, or how do they do it?
Well, it's actually like one big 2-hour parade.
Oh, okay.
And a big celebration downtown.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I think we have Pride. I think we have Pride weekend, but I forget exactly when it was. But I think we had that. Do you know any reason why they have Pride now?
Honestly, I have no idea. It was just a good excuse to go out there, get some free candy, get some free condoms, and dance. So.
Yeah. That's normally what Pride is.
Do they have Pride in Seattle?
They have Pride all over Washington and Portland. Well, Washington and Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Ours was about 2 months ago during Pride months, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what ours was. Yeah.
Yeah, and for us, it lasts the parade and all that stuff lasts all weekend, but celebrations and things to do with schools and everything, because the schools also participate by having a Pride week. At the schools, and that's mostly for colleges. I don't know what the high schools do. I know that they try to embrace it as much as a high school can. Yeah,
because I think we have Pride. I think we have Pride week here, and then it sort of culminates to Pride weekend. But I think we had it about a month ago too.
Yeah.
So, well, you Canadians are just weird.
I'm proud of it.
You have a 2-hour Pride. That's it. All right, 2 hours is over. That's it. Get back to work.
Go back to being straight.
Exactly. Put on some pants. Quit dancing. Wipe off that glitter.
Never.
Dear gods, why do you have a tail? Oh wait, that's Portland.
Well, here in San Francisco, sometimes people come from all out of town, and I mean, they really make a big event out of it. Have a parade.
Yeah. I know. I think, yeah. I know Portland Pride is one of the bigger prides around here. Vancouver Pride is a little small, but Portland Pride, we have parades, we have all this stuff going on. I mean, they shut down like half of the streets in Portland just for the damn parade.
Oh, wow.
But Portland is also, how do I put this nicely? Flaming.
Portland
is basically the place you want to go if you are a hipster, gay, or just want to be weird. Which sometimes all three of those tie into one person.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. I never really heard about that with Portland.
They have a slogan called "Keep Portland Weird."
Oh, okay, yeah.
We also have some of the best food trucks.
Oh, okay, nice. I like food trucks.
Best part of any Pride, man. All the great food.
Oh yeah. My fat ass is happy about that.
Well, my favorite is when they have the tit vet. No, was it the tit vet festival? And what it is it's the original Vietnamese culture before North Vietnam came down and they were they were made communist, so they had a whole different flag and different culture, but they have the best food trucks out there, and I wouldn't really call them trucks as much as they have food booths, and the food is fucking it's so good. I love it when that happens. And so how's everything been going with you, Loki?
Well, obviously my voice still sounds like shit. But it's been going decent. Work decided to break me by making me jump in and out of a truck for 4.5 hours, grabbing garbage and recycling bins. So I think I pulled a muscle in my upper legs, but they're getting better because I don't have to go back to work until Tuesday.
Nice.
And then I was forced to kind of sort of go on a scissor lift. And according to the trainer, she has never seen somebody operate the lift. And then when it comes to going up in it, have it go as slow as fucking possible. And she never seen somebody's knuckles turn so white holding onto a guardrail when I had to lower it. Because there was no possible way to go down slow when you lower those things because you're just releasing the hydraulics.
Right. Yeah, but doesn't it, once you hit the thing, doesn't it go at a certain speed?
No, actually, the scissor lift that we have at the college, you can control the speed on how fast it actually goes. It can only go up to, I think, 6 miles per hour to begin with when you're driving it.
Right.
But when it comes to
100 miles per hour.
Oh, no, you'd be fucking catapulted out of that shit.
Hey, look, there goes Loki.
I told you she could fly without a broom. But the thing about it is you can have it go up slowly because it's easier to go up slowly so you can get the right height. But you cannot have it go down slowly, like I said, because you're just releasing the hydraulic pressure.
Yeah.
And in Washington State, under OSHA regulations, we do not have to wear a harness in the scissor lift, but we have to wear one in the boom lift, which I 100% back and am so behind that one because I'm sorry if you fall out of that one when you're fully extended. You'll be a pancake. But I didn't have to go into the boom lift because conveniently the larger harness was left at facilities and nobody wanted to walk over and go get it.
So, but I'm sure that once you get more comfortable with the scissor lift, you'll probably go up a little faster.
I'll probably actually be made to use it once or twice, whether I like it or not. And the main reason why they don't have me go in it is actually because I'm afraid of heights. Yet I can strap on a safety harness and a lead rope and rappel down the side of a fucking building with no problem. Because I have that illusion of safety with that lead rope. In a scissor lift or broom lift, if that gets knocked over, it doesn't matter if you have a freaking harness on. You're going to get hurt. And you're also going to get hurt in said harness. Because they're not 100% safety. They're not 100% injury proof. No safety mechanism or device is ever 100% safety. Well, injury proof. Ask a guy who lost his boys to a harness after being catapulted out of one.
Yep. Wow. And then you also put out that video too.
Yeah, I took the original take I had of it. I didn't like, and then I redid it, and then I realized that my headphones were clicked in, so there was no sound. So I had to do it again. Because with my headphones clicked in, it turns off my mic on my laptop because I have a Bluetooth settings on my headphones. And the headphones were tucked underneath my laptop, and I was not aware that they were in. Oh, that was fun. And then my cat decided to drop in. But I was just making fun of the first part of her video for mockering, and I'm going to go through and go through more of the verses and point out inconsistencies on that and nowadays. But no, instead of getting a Bible, I just said screw it, and I re-downloaded the Bible app on my phone.
Oh, yeah, so I saw that, yeah.
So now I have the Bible at my hands if we ever need it.
Yeah, and you can, every time I need, actually, I have a Bible too, but if I ever need to look up something, I just go online. Because the nice thing about that is you not only get usually the King James version of it, but you also get all the other versions too. So you can kind of compare it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, I forget which one it is. But sometimes what they'll do is they'll also have little notes in there. So it'll talk about like where certain words are sourced, or how it was translated. And that's always interesting too, to get that little extra perspective in it.
Yeah.
Because one thing I notice, especially with a lot of the people I respond to in videos, is they really take a lot of liberties with their interpretation of passages.
Oh man, sometimes it's crazy though. Like when you get some groups being like, "See, this is where the Bible talks about this race being superior," and you go to this translation, it's like, all right, well, let me go to a website. Okay, it says that in this translation, but let's just see what it is in a more modern translation. It's like, oh, huh.
Yeah, exactly. They really, yeah, it's almost as if they find whichever one fits their
narrative.
you know. And it's almost always the King James version of the Bible. And the King James version of the Bible is like the worst.
I've noticed that for like white supremacists, black supremacists, they all choose the King James version.
It's the Reader's Choice Award winner, apparently.
Crazy. Yeah, but it's always the King James version. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll get into the video. So we're doing Truth, Revolution, Demons, and the Occult with Hugh Ross. And we have about 10 minutes left of this. Well, actually like 8 minutes left. So let's get into this. Let me get into sharing the screen. Let's see. And present to everyone. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
All right. And let me know if you can't hear it.
Do just stay away from that entirely. Yes, it might be innocent. Person may be just fooling around, but they could really have. And the test of whether or not there's demonic power is the information out of the ordinary that you get. If it's out of the ordinary, it gets you fascinated, you begin to pursue it, that's a danger sign.
And that's good to know. And again, go ahead.
Yeah, as a scientist, I can tell you, there's no validity or science, because astrologers will try to claim this is all science. I can tell you that's absolutely not the case. There's an article on our website, Astrology, Science or What? It's free, people can read it. But the thing that amazes me, they don't even have all the signs of the zodiac.
I don't know how many astrology people would consider themselves scientists. I've never heard that.
I've only heard the ones that work for NASA consider themselves scientists, but they're scientists that also minored in astrology so they understand stars. But most people nowadays, if you go like, oh, well, I'm an astrologist, not all of them have degrees.
Yeah. I mean, in general, I've never heard anybody who practices astrology refer to it as a science. That's just interesting.
They drop out the constellation of Ophiuchus. It's like, wait a minute, why did you drop that? And moreover, they don't account for the precession. Somebody tells you you're in Leo, you're not in Leo. You would have been in Leo 2,000 years ago, but you're not in Leo today. And when they tell you that the lining up of the planets at the time of your birth determines what's going to happen to you in your future, and it's all because of the gravity of the planets, I tell them the position of the father in the room of delivery is at least 10 times more significant in terms of his gravity than any possible combination of the planets.
Well, I'm not an astrologer, but even I understand that it really depends upon which planets are in your house. And that depends upon, first of all, if the planet is retrograde, they can correspond different things, but it's based upon the interpretation of what the particular planet means, what the symbolism of it is, what it's supposed to represent, what energies it's supposed to, influence and all that. It doesn't have anything to do with the gravity of the planets.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a position area of the planets.
Yeah.
Besides, not all dads are in the delivery room, you jerk. Mine wasn't allowed. Because he said the position of the father in the delivery room. I'm like, my dad wasn't in there. There's a lot of people who don't go in there during deliveries.
Yeah, I think he was using that as an example. Like, it has more of a relation than the planets. So I think that's why he was just throwing that in there.
Yeah. Although I do have to point out a comment from Leo. It's like, and a 900-year-old man got every animal on an ark from different climates and food groups. Yeah, science.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No scientific basis to it whatsoever.
Does the weight of the father affect that at all?
Yes, it does.
I have more influence over my son than my friends have. Yeah.
Gravity has any impact at all, but definitely where the father and the attending doctor is certainly has a much bigger impact than any of the celestial bodies.
Interesting. So one thing I always like to point out to people is Scripture says that no one can say Jesus is Lord except by the Holy Spirit.
So then what they do is they bring in a false equivalency to prove false.
Yeah.
Like, sure, astrology's fake, but let's bring in the Bible, which is fake.
But which version of the Bible, though? Because we all know, as true pagans, there's only one true Bible. Because we're trying to hide it away with all those other translations. So
exactly, but which version? Which language?
I thought it was the Crystal Bible. I thought that was the true Bible of everything. Because stones last forever, you fuckers.
Yeah,
Holy Bible of stones.
And then which Bible, of course, made up of which books and in which language and which translation and which version and which year. There's just too many to choose from.
Exactly. So how do you know which one is true and which one is not? Because every religion mostly says a different one is true.
You genuinely believe Jesus is Lord, and you can say Jesus is Lord and mean it from the bottom of your heart, and those words come out of your mouth. That's probably a pretty good indication that you're not demon possessed if you're wondering about that. But it doesn't mean.
Is that the only sign you're not demon possessed?
I was about to say, then, well, we're screwed, guys. Because, damn.
Demon possessed, but a Christian can be demon oppressed.
Yes.
And sometimes so if a Christian is dabbling in the occult, the demons can get close. They can't inhabit you, but they can definitely be a real bother in your life.
Yes.
And life of your family as well.
I love how they just got done, berating and making fun of astrology, saying it's not, it's bullshit, and laughing about it and saying that the father has more of an influence on the child than in the room. And then they go to a deadpan serious face talking about demons.
Demons in the Bible, and how if you don't believe in Jesus as your Lord, then you're a demon.
Exactly.
If you're not Christian enough, your son is going to suffer too, because the all-loving God has said in the Bible that if you're not good enough, I'm going to fuck over your family just because. That'll teach you a lesson for some reason.
Exactly. You'd be demon possessed.
So I've known Christians who have been involved in the occult, and it's had a damaging impact on their children.
All cult.
Yeah, and it's also the study of the occult. It's not the occult. I love how they emphasize occult as in to make it sound like a cult. But it's actually the study of. And it's the study. It's not the thing. It's not, I forget exactly what the term is, if it's a noun or proper noun. It's not a proper noun, it's a noun. It's a cult. It's the study of the occult. It is not the occult.
And grandchildren don't do this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can't be possessed, but that doesn't mean a demon cannot affect you. Right. And so we do, as Dr. Ross will point out, we need to repent of anything in our families that we know about or anything we've been involved in, like these things.
Well, let me add a positive thing, because if you're a Christian and you have a neighbor or an encounter with someone who's demon possessed or deeply involved in the occult, and you are working to set them free from all that, the offended might try to scare you off. And so I tell Christians who are ministering to people and delivering them from this occult involvement, don't be surprised if the demon tries to scare you off. And when that happens, you need to praise God that you're having an impact on this person's life. The demon would not threaten you unless you're having a positive impact on delivering this person from demonic influence. So that's the time to rejoice. And the demons hate it when we rejoice and praise God.
Yeah.
And that immediately gets rid of the intimidating attack.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Actually, we recently started giving everyone in our church a little booklet after they get baptized.
Can you pause it real quick?
Sure.
I kind of want to call a little bit of bullshit about all Christians being willing to help, all Christian pastors being willing to help people, even if they're not Christians with stuff like this. I've heard multiple stories from people who have went in and they claim that they're having these hauntings and stuff that they need help with. And one of them, the pastor woman or person or whoever it was, said that this girl had 7 quote unquote demons attached to her and helped her get rid of all but one. And then she's like, well, you have to have a strong faith in the Lord. And she's like, well, you know, I'm not Christian. I said so in the packet. And then she was berated and yelled at for 20 to 30 minutes about how dare she lie and how dare she not be Christian. How dare she come in there and expect them to help her when she can't help herself and she's not a God-fearing woman and all this stuff. And then charged her double, even though she wasn't going to charge her anything to try to figure out what was wrong.
Yeah. Well, why did she go to them in the first place to get rid of imaginary things?
Well, one of her friends told her that it might help if they go to a church and that the church will help them get rid of any demons or things that they were seeing that are not supposed to be there. The thing is what the person did was just take the artifact that they had, buried it, and their luck completely went from being the shit it was after they got that thing to going back to normal and going back to being prosperous. So, but honestly, I think it's not all Christians are as helpful as they're trying to say they are, even though some are very helpful. Some are just assholes and make it out to be, well, if you're not Christian, then you're not shit, then you don't deserve help, then you deserve to go to hell.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it's what I don't know the whole situation of why this person felt this way or whatever, but it's been my experience that demons don't exist. Demons don't exist. Angels don't exist. None of these things exist. They exist because they line the pockets of a lot of these people. They can say, oh, well, all of this bad stuff is happening because you have demons in there. We need to do an exorcism. And then they charge them X amount of money for them. And I unfortunately think that a lot of us, and I'm saying us with quotations around it, a lot of us pagans, we've bought into this same nonsense. And then, you know, we're basically helping them, you know, by buying into this bullshit, which they created in the first place, you know, all of this nonsense. So.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I do believe in spirits and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily believe in demons. I don't necessarily believe in some of the angels. I kind of believe in positive energy and negative energy when it comes to a spirit, because to me, that's all they are, is energy that was left behind that can either be positive or negative, that can affect or not affect. So to me, that's pretty much what the soul is just energy that you leave behind if you leave any of it behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I'm specifically talking about like demons and angels, disbelief in this, because, you know, one of the things is that then they can turn around and say that, well, you need to repent and you need to do all this stuff. And it really helps them when it comes to demons and angels.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, I'll continue.
Some things like expect to be attacked by Satan or demonic things right now. Expect something to go terribly wrong in your life to get you off track. Demons don't like the fact that we follow Jesus Christ.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. So, for example, if you have, like, let's say you have a miscarriage and a run of bad luck or something, your pastor or whoever can turn around and say, well, it's because you have the demon of this in your life and you need to repent and we need to do an exorcism and you need to turn around and your husband is kind of slacking, he's not going to church and he's not really a Christian, and so they'll use stuff that's going on in your life against you and manipulate this and, you know, use this for their own advantage. And, you know, it's hard to swallow sometimes, but sometimes in life we're just dealt a fucking crappy hand and we have to deal with it, you know? And sometimes we're dealt a great hand in life and we can reap the benefits of it. You know, it's unfortunate, but 99.9% of the time, again, this is my opinion, I don't know where I'm getting these statistics, I'm just pulling them out of my ass, but the majority of the time, it's just crap. It's just a crappy roll of the dice by the universe.
Yep.
And that's just what's going on. It doesn't mean that you're a sinner or you need to repent or you're under a curse or demon possessed or whatever. It just means that you're going through some crappy shit right now. Or maybe you were dealt a crappy hand from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, honestly, there are some things is like, okay, I'm just having a bad week. I feel negative. I need to get away from the negativity. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can bring it on yourself by how you're feeling yourself when it comes to the energy around you. And sometimes you can easily fix it. Other times you just have to go, well, I'll just wait for it to fix his fucking self because I get the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly, Loki. And I agree with you there. And I think that that's where a lot of people will fall into the law of attraction fallacy or the positivity fallacy. You can go through shit. You can go through a crappy situation. And I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm going to mute both of you.
It wasn't me.
All right, it must be Dorian. So I'm going to mute you, Dorian, for the time.
Mine was already muted, though.
Really? What was the noise? I hope it's... Okay.
Actually, no, Dorian, you were not muted because you didn't have the thing up. I'm not doing anything but just sitting here looking at my computer.
Okay. Well, I don't know where are you guys hearing that noise?
No.
Oh, because I'm just checking my Twitter and stuff like that to make sure everything's still okay.
All right. Well, I don't know where it's coming from. But anyhow, so people fall into this fallacy of you know, the law of attraction and you know, bringing positivity into their life. I mean, you can go through a situation trying to maintain a positive aspect of it to get through it and to help other people to get through it. You know, that is definitely one way that you can get through bad situations. But it doesn't mean that if you keep a positive attitude that somehow that's going to attract positivity to you. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It can, in a sense, because other people around you feel emboldened by your positivity, and you know, people like to be around positive people, and that can bring more positive people to you. But it doesn't mean that you are never ever going to be, you know, it doesn't mean that you're going to be immune from ever having negative stuff happen to you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Everybody has shit happen.
Yeah.
And that's just how life is. Nobody has the best life in the world. Nobody has perfection. And if they do, there is probably something underlying wrong that they're not coming out and saying. You're not perfect, honey. Trust me. But the thing is everyone's going to have a shit day. Everyone's going to have bad luck. And to say that it's a demon's fault is just you not wanting to take responsibility to it just being a shitty day.
That would be so convenient, though. Like, I wish I could just pin all my luck. Like, oh, I bought this ring from a New Age store. Then all of a sudden, all this bad luck happened. Must be the ring. Like, it'd be so convenient if that was true.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, it's a demon-possessed ring. That's what it is.
Because it's from a New Age store.
Yep.
How dare you, Dorian? How dare you?
You need to repent, Dorian. Turn your sins over to God, and all that bad luck will go away.
For $5.99.
Anything to
Exactly.
scare us off, to mess with us. But there are a lot of good things that happen because God is a lot more powerful than any of these demons. It's not something we have to be scared of. It's something we have to be aware of.
That's like the biggest straw man ever. God is much more powerful than these imaginary things we've created.
Yeah.
It's like the straw man creating a straw man.
Here's my argument. If your God is so much stronger than all these things, and I'm pretty sure my smut is 10 times more stronger than your God, because at least my smut doesn't let hurricanes happen.
Your smut?
Fan fiction. Porn, you know.
Oh,
but
my.
Oh, my. Okay.
Before we go, can you share some experience witnessing God's power in these situations?
Well, I can share one, namely that there was a time a few decades ago when 8 witchcraft covens moved into Pasadena.
Oh, God.
How does he know there was 8 witchcraft covens in Pasadena that moved in? Where'd they move in from? Orange County?
All right, who updated the Twitter? Who let him know? Come
Shit,
on,
I'm
speak
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry. I thought it'd be a good idea to update Twitter and let them know we moved. Shit.
Everybody knows it was 7.5 covens, and the half coven was just one person who was actually just putting the coven together. It wasn't 8.
Is it bad that I thought like William Schnoblin's old coven and stuff like that? It's just some guy opening up his coven just to say he was a coven leader?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And several of the women that were being held captive by the leaders of these covens.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay. Story gets better. So some of the women who were being held captive by the leaders of these covens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Into our church. And they were basically being enslaved, and they were being sexually abused.
And I really, really, really hope that this guy filed a police report. And
As do I.
Yeah, and I will bet you right now. I'll bet you my cell phone that he did not file a police report.
I'm not taking that bet. That's a loser's bet because I already know I lose. I'm sure he did not file a police report.
Yep.
And so I remember taking a brand new Christian with me into one of these covens to see what was going on there.
How are you going to take a Christian into a coven to see?
The best part is always saying it's like getting into these covens. It was like a coven 2.0. It was a coven that we got into.
It's not like it's a church. It's not like you walk into a coven. Chances are, I don't know exactly how all the covens in Pasadena. I'm just going by, what I know of. But for the most part, chances are it's probably a group that meets at somebody's house or in the back of a metaphysical store. Chances are that's where they do. And they probably only meet at certain times of the month, usually around, one of the Sabbats or maybe a full moon or a dark moon. That's about it. It's not like a church where you can walk in.
No.
I just loved how you can easily put that into a meme. Like covens are like periods. They meet up once every week or so, last a little bit, and then leave.
Right, yeah, exactly. You're right. Covens are like periods. They meet for 5 to 6 days once a month.
And sometimes they make you cranky and just want chocolate.
Yeah. There you go.
And the leader of the coven said, "Hey, you guys think you know the Bible?"
The leader of the coven. Oh, and then they challenge him. Oh, you think you know the Bible? Yeah, that's exactly what a coven of witches says to a Christian who comes into their group. Oh, I bet you think you know the.
Oh, you merely adopted the coven. I was born into it.
Honestly, any Christian that ever came to one of our things that wanted to see what it was about, we welcomed them happily and showed them, and we were nice and kind to them. We didn't challenge their belief.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Entire New Testament memorized. Give me any verse and I can quote it back to you. But I can quote it to you forwards and backwards. So he did.
I can do that also. Okay, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your husband. I don't know. Sounds pretty freaky there. Do I win a trophy also?
Yeah, really.
Said, well, I got another test for you. Pick any verse out of the New Testament and explain to me what it means.
You know, I really don't care about this little battle of memorization of Bible verses. I'm much more concerned about this apparent leader of this coven who's been kidnapping and holding women in the coven against their will. And I'm wondering when we're going to address that point. Have we forgotten about this?
I think so.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter that somebody's being held against their will in some kind of a coven somewhere.
No.
Standard New World Order stuff, man. Totally normal.
Just checking to see where our priorities are here in this interview.
Nice.
He couldn't do it. He had the whole thing memorized, but because of the demon that was in control of him, he was unable to explain the meaning of a single biblical text. And this really convinced the women that he had enslaved. This guy is...
Oh, yeah, and the women he had enslaved. Yeah, right. So that's a serious, serious crime. If you're enslaving people, that's a serious crime. And it needs to stop. So I really hope they took this to the proper authorities.
It's so powerful. Yeah, he can do miracles. In fact, he was showing me, he said, see that girl outside the window there, 200 feet away? I can make her do cartwheels anytime I want. And he could.
I would love that power. Oh my God. Walking around downtown and be like, cartwheel, cartwheel, cartwheel.
You don't have that spell, Dorian?
I'm only level 5 in D&D, so I haven't unlocked it yet. So
Ah.
I haven't learned the true magic.
Okay, well, either Loki or myself will send that spell to you when you get to the proper level.
You need to be level 12. I think it was level 12 you had to be to do cartwheel.
No, but I thought if you had a high wisdom score, you didn't have to be that high.
If you have a high wisdom score, like you rolled a 20, then you only have to be level 6.
Ah, okay. That's
right. But Dorian didn't roll a 20.
But if you also have a helm of the occult, doesn't it lower it by 1 level?
Yes. If you have the helm of the occult, then you have to be level 11. So
okay.
Does that mean I have to upgrade my helm of the occult?
Like, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can do that at the Stone of Transformation.
Yeah, but you have to make sure that you bring a paladin who is not lawful good with you, because you have to maybe sacrifice a few people, and the lawful good alignment won't let you kill people, and a paladin has to do it. So you got to find a paladin who's chaotic evil.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
But they're evil thieves, so it's okay. It's okay to murder them.
Yeah, if you actually do get a lawful good one and you bring in a thief that's going to die anyways, but yeah, I guess that would work too.
Yeah.
Part of it. But when they realized he has no ability to interpret the meaning of any biblical text, it said, this guy's not that powerful. They were able to walk away from him. And then we had prayer and fasting meetings about these witchcraft covens. The net result was they all left. So they went somewhere.
Oh my God.
It just shows you when Christians gather together to pray and fast, the Lord can do amazing, miraculous things.
What? So this drives me nuts. They make this accusation. This is how they began this thing, claiming that this guy was holding people against their will and enslaving them, these women in this coven. And then they go on about quoting Bible verses and how powerful Christians are for praying for them, because these 8 covens, or however he pronounces it, moved out of Pasadena. But he just made the claim that there are people who are being held against their will and enslaved, and they don't touch on this. They're not like, I mean, if seriously, if somebody came up to you and said, hey, there's a cult over there that, I talked to this person and they claim that, they're being enslaved and held there against your will, what would your first reaction be?
Let's go to the police and let's see what's going on. Let's get this fixed because this is against the law in every single freaking state in the United States.
Exactly. But no, he goes into, well, no, they had a challenge about Bible verses. It's like, what the fuck? What about the human beings who are suffering?
Yeah. So I'm looking at the two people's faces and they kind of have the look of, oh God, he's doing his crazy talk again. Ooh.
Yeah, but they're so passive. I mean, they're condoning it. They're not even like challenging him and say, well, did you go to the police? Did you file a report?
Well, they're also thinking, at least we got ratings.
They're in their mind right now just being like, you know what? I haven't done a cartwheel since I've been 5. Maybe I should lose some weight.
Have them cast that spell on me.
Shut down an adult bookstore just through that tactic and drive out these witchcraft covens.
That's awesome. That is a great testimony. It actually reminds me of our cracked acronym, because the R in cracked stands for revealed. And what that means is exactly what he was just sharing, which is unless the Holy Spirit reveals to you what the meaning of God's word is, you won't be able to see it.
Right.
I mean, we see that with the Pharisees who they knew the prophecies. They knew the dates the Messiah should have been there. They knew the lineage. They saw Jesus doing the miracles. They should have known, but they didn't know.
Right.
They didn't want to know. And you have this man involved in the witchcraft or a lady or whoever it was, and could not explain the Bible verses. Right. Perfect example there. So, hey, thanks for being on the show today. Any last word?
It's always fun being on the show with you guys.
Awesome. Any last word for people who maybe have been involved in some of this stuff?
Well, not to be terrified. There's always a way out. God has provided us a way of escape. And if you're wondering, hey, is there some occult involvement in my life I'm not aware of? One thing I've put in Lights in the Sky and Little Green Men is a checklist. There's about 40 different ways, and only about 40 different ways you can open the doors to the life, and you got no concerns.
Awesome.
But if you believe that there's any human trafficking or violations of humanity occurring, don't go to the police about it.
Oh no, your thoughts and prayers are enough. So.
Yeah, exactly. Your thoughts and your prayers are enough. It's like, fucking hell.
Oh my God, the D&D geekness is going on in our freaking chat right now.
Uh-oh. Were
I
we
love
right?
you guys. I love you guys. Crap, I rolled a 1 on my spot check.
Uh-oh.
That means you just got shot in the butt with an arrow, Travis, and you don't know that it's even there. The ranger is that good.
You're gonna have to roll for what would you call it? Bullshit detection.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we're smacking it in the head with a nat 20 every time that we see Bill Schnoblin come on. We get a +12 to it to begin with because it's Bill.
Yeah,
his initials are BS.
Right, exactly. If it's Bill Schnoblin, you get a +19.
I cannot wait for our Halloween episode. I am assembling my Schnoblin costume as we speak. So I'll need you guys' input, like rate it when we can. So
Nice. Oh, now I'm looking forward to that. And we still got a good month to go.
I know. I am looking forward to Halloween. I already have pumpkin spice freaking creamer in my fridge right now.
Oh man. Yep. All us Caucasian peoples are having so much excitement because we're finally having pumpkin spice again.
Yay! My white girl is coming out. Oh, I need to go check my privilege. Got it.
Roll for a privilege check. Oh, 3.
Damn it.
Darn it.
I got a 2, so you got higher than me.
No,
I have negative numbers in that slot.
because you're white, so you automatically get a reroll because that's the privilege.
True. But I'm also part German, therefore I don't have that reroll option. because I'm still apologizing for things that I had nothing to do with. Kind of like Canada.
Oh, Canada's guilty
Of everything.
Exactly. Oh wow. So this one's almost an hour long.
Ooh, we have at least a 2-episoder.
Yep. All right. So bathroom breaks all done. We got all of our comments about the last video done and over with.
Yep.
GMO references. You checked our privilege. All right. Do screen sharing. Let me see here.
Damn, that's one hell of an opening picture.
Yes.
Shit! I don't have nightmares about that.
All right. So I take it you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my soul is gone.
Go back to the Castle of Illusion, Mickey. Stop doing whatever you're on.
What was that?
Go back to Castle of Illusion, Mickey. Get off whatever you're on, man. Like,
really?
Think about that. The name. Just look at the name itself. First of all, the first thing that Disney is very deceptive. It's very deceptive. The whole company has been built on deception, really, and under the.
See, he's missing it right now. But most people like Mario, they would point out. I don't know if you can. You see my mouse?
yep.
Yes.
Okay. This is a 6. See that? 6. Yep. Yep. 6.
Yep.
See that? See that?
How is he not seeing this?
And 6. See that? 6.
Thank you for showing me Mr. King of the Witches. I didn't see that before.
6. Exact. And then this right here, this is a reverse 6. You know why? Because Satan likes to reverse everything. Everything is in reverse. So this extra 6 right here, even though there's 4 6s, that makes it like extra super satanic because it's in reverse.
Oh dear God.
Oh, and look at this. You see this crescent moon right here? You see that? That's like the goddess Artemis because of the moon and the bow, and she's Diana. And it's the, because she's a pagan goddess, like the Jezebel spirit.
Oh my God.
One day I'm just going to turn into one of these people. You're going to like see me in a couple of years. I'll have this obscure channel and I'll just be going through like things and just like looking at all the occult symbol and things.
And we're going to be sitting here going, I can't believe we're actually doing videos on our old friend.
We should have known he was starting to lose it.
Can we block him from access on the channel? I think so.
No, dude, start your channel early. Call yourself the Woke Christian.
The Woke. I think I should just make a complete troll parody account.
Yes. You need to. You need to call yourself Heaven Bound Heathen. So Heaven Bound Saint.
Yeah.
Heaven Bound.
And then I'll have that April Fool's video that I put on. That'll be like my intro video.
Oh my God.
I'll be full of it.
Oh, you need to do this now. I mean, I'm still doing chalkboard lady videos. You need to do your whole new alt channel.
Well, now's the perfect time. Like, there's Halloween stuff coming out already. Go get yourself like a nice big blonde wig, a nice big blonde beard, and some big thick glasses. Be like, who is that guy? He looks familiar. Can't put my name on it, my tongue on it though.
Yeah, debunk yourself.
Yeah, really. What it'd be really funny is like after a couple of months of having this channel up, like some up and coming pagan channel starts debunking me.
That'd be just delicious. Okay, that'd be like the best thing ever. Or somebody who doesn't realize it's you debunking you.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. You make your own debates. It's like Hellbound Heathen versus the Heaven-bound Saint live. And it's like have a pre-recorded video just roll live and stuff like that.
Debunk myself. People would be watching the videos go, is it just me or those two guys sound a lot alike?
You need to get like one of those Darth Vader voice things.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Every time you talk.
Oh my God.
It's the Illuminati. All right.
This was the,
All right. Let's get back to this.
Under the guise of entertainment or joking or laughing or something like that, Disney has been able to pull off amazing things for the devil. I mean, just absolutely amazing things. You say, oh, I don't believe so. No, you really should think about it, because I don't know anybody else that, unless they made a cartoon or made anything, could ever have pulled off the amount of witchcraft that is pulled off with Disney under the guise of entertainment and under the guise of like animals or something else. They were able to put it in cartoon form and able literally to pull off witchcraft and to put it in everybody's home. There isn't anybody here that would probably
pause it.
had a Disney movie in there.
Okay.
Okay. I have to actually point out a little bit of bullshit there. You look at any of the cartoons with Bugs and Daffy and Looney Tunes, they have literally a witch character. I think it's like a Helga. I don't remember the witch's name, but she's always trying to eat one of them for rabbit stew or whatever. It wasn't only Disney that marketed it off of what people wanted to see, which was fantasy, comedy, all that stuff. There's other places that did too. Disney just is more well known for it. So it wasn't only Disney that did that.
Yeah. And also Disney, one of the things that they did was they brought a lot of old fairy tales to life. You know, the fairy tale of Sleeping Beauty and the prince and the old witch that gave her the apple that made her go to sleep. And yeah, I mean, all of these things are old stories. And yes, our mythology has witches in it. It's been a part of European folklore and folklore of many different cultures going around the world, even though their name for witch may be, you know, bruja or brujo or whatever. They just have a different term for it, but they still have the same thing. They still have that witch in mythology, you know. And so it's very difficult to tell any story without having some kind of a sorcerer or witch character in it.
Yeah, and the witch was named Witch Hazel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kauai and Travis.
Oh, okay, good. They must have rolled a 20.
Yeah. Their childhood was awesome. Obviously, I forget names from my childhood. I blame my age.
Yeah, really. They rolled a save versus senility. There's, what is it? Senility?
Sanity.
No, senility. Oh well, whatever.
Right? I mean, most of us have had those cartoons or something like that. We've had those in our houses, so we've watched them. I've watched hundreds of them in my life. So I mean, it's just, but it's amazing. But the Bible says, "But no marvel that Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." The devil is not. Satan was not going to come to Eve in the garden.
Yeah, but they take that completely out of context. They don't talk about what was said right before that.
Yeah, and looking at that, it just makes me think, you don't want me to read Marvel Comics because Satan's in them? Oh, wait, he actually is a reoccurring character. And also, yeah, we don't go into this. I can't read Marvel Comics now. They're Satan. Thank you, Christianity. That's all that verse means to me now.
And say openly, hey, we should rebel against God. Well, that's not the way he works. He's very subtle. The Bible says that. It says that word subtle means sly in design, artful, cunning, insinuating. That's the way he works. He's very crafty and seductive, and so is Disney and all that they do. You say, how could Bambi be bad, or how could any of the other little kids' stories be bad? Well, by a cunning way, and that they devise fables and stories and mix in the gods, the false gods, into their perverted, and they pervert many of those stories by the way they do it. Consider first the name, the Magic Kingdom. Now, let me ask you a question. Does any Christian have any business supporting Disney when the first thing that they tell you is the Disney Kingdom, they say the Magic Kingdom? Now I want you to think about that. Magic is by God. God does not use magic. God never did use magic or illusions or anything else. He never used it. But you think about it, is magic evil? Amen.
No.
Evil? Do you believe there's a good magic and a bad magic?
No.
No, it's just magic.
Actually, Disney did teach you that there was a good magic and a bad magic. That was one of the messages that Disney taught you. One of the lessons that Disney taught you. How many Christians would be pleased to tell people that they practice magic or sorcery? Not one of us would ever admit that to anybody.
It's for kids' entertainment.
And the whole thing about Magic Kingdom. Okay, so anything that calls itself a kingdom is apparently heaven now. I mean, look at the medieval times. Sorry.
Who the hell thinks that Disney is an actual kingdom? It's just like, oh, they call themselves the Magic Kingdom. And it's just like, okay. Well, as long as I give them my money, they can maintain their Magic Kingdom. But I don't see their army anywhere. I don't see their own.
And also,
I don't see them pumping out resources.
Yeah, and I mean it's fantasy for kids. No adult thinks that this is actually that magic actually exists. I mean, the majority of normies out there. And
wait, you're saying magic doesn't exist? I'm sorry, I had to.
Consider one of the oldest Disney films, Fantasia. Mickey is wearing a sorcerer's hat and casting a spell. The whole movie is about him casting spells and causing objects to have life and to dance around and to do things, all by the power of magic.
Does he even understand the concept of that movie? Mickey tries to take the easy way out. It backfires, and it creates trouble for him. The whole message is don't try to take the easy way out of things.
Right.
Exactly.
Do we actually believe that that is pleasing to the Lord? I don't believe so. The whole movie is about being a wizard's apprentice. Magic.
No, there's only one episode in it that is about being a wizard's apprentice. The rest is basically musical and fantasy. For fuck's sake, dude, did you even watch the goddamn movie? Or did you just watch clips? I think you just watched clips.
Should you and I be entertained with something that is clearly in a violation of God's word? God was very clear, suffer not a witch to live. His law was very clear that witchcraft, sorceries, all of those things would be put down and would land you in the lake of fire. Should you and I be entertained with something that is clearly in violation of God? Should we please ourselves? Should we have pleasure off of something that God hates? Think about that. I mean, God even forbid to have a grove or an idol to be set up next to a temple, but you and I are the temple of the Holy Ghost, and we allow those things in our midst, or we have allowed those. Look at some of the other themes that did the Disney themes of magic. I want you to know that this is not just one thing. Hundreds of I couldn't possibly cover all of them. But
see, I'm just wondering why these centaurs don't have nipples.
Oh, because they had to edit them out. They originally did.
If anything, Disney is guilty of PGing everything from the fairy tales to small acts of violence. Like, you can make a claim that Disney just copyrights and stuff like that because they don't produce anything original, but I don't know. Maybe that's just a little logic speaking. So
yeah,
we don't like logic.
Yeah, really. And it's 7:57, so we'll go ahead and we'll just stop it here. It's a good part to end it here, 4:41. So I'll send it to next week.
Okay.
Whoops, dang it. So I'll put the time in there. 4:41. So then we'll have the time in there for next week.
Got it.
So yeah, I mean, it's just it's so I don't know. I mean, it's just so funny when it's like they don't quite understand that fantasy has been in our it's been in our culture, you know, various cultures before America was founded. I mean, it just goes back. I mean, fairy tales and all this concept of magic and princes and witches and all this stuff and dragons, all the stuff that Disney plays off of has been a part of our collective consciousness for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. You know, Disney didn't invent all these things. It's actually part of our, you know, our collective consciousness.
They're just telling stories that have been passed down or written that are giving new light or taking on a different twist.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I never really had a problem with Disney. I actually enjoy going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
It's expensive as hell, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a funny story. I went a long time ago when I was like, I don't know, I must have been about 6 or 7 years old. My brother, my sister, and my mother, we all went to Disneyland. And we were waiting in line for something. I looked down the ground, I found a $50 bill. And my mom snatched it out of my hand and says, "Oh, good, this will help pay for the cost." I went from like a really happy kid to like this. Oh, Mom.
God damn it, Mom! You have to take all my money.
But now I look back at it and it's funny as hell because it was expensive to go to Disneyland. So, all right. Well, thank you all so much. It's 8 o'clock right now. Oh, wait, we go to 9, right? Or 8?
Yeah, normally we go to 9.
What am I thinking? I'm sorry.
It's okay, old man. We get it. You lost your hair. You remind us about how the good old days were good old days. So.
Dorian is hitting below the belt tonight.
You getting sick of us little whippersnappers.
Next thing you know, what you going to make fun of my big ears?
No, we're being nice about that because we know you're sensitive about it.
Hey, you know what they say about guys with big ears, don't you?
Big ears.
They can fly like Dumbo?
No. Dorian, do you know what they say about guys with big ears?
Big egos?
No, they can hear really, really well.
Oh, God. The dad jokes.
All right. Okay. So let's get back into this.
I was trying to figure out, like, does he have to go to bed early? I know I don't because it's Labor Day tomorrow. So guess who doesn't have to go to fucking work?
Okay. Give me a break. I didn't take my medication with my.
And guess who's gonna make double time and a half tomorrow?
Nice.
This guy.
We got 2 thumbs up and making time and a half. This guy.
Yeah, Soren doesn't have to go to work and they get paid, so fuck them.
Nice. Oh, you guys get paid for holidays?
Soren does, I don't.
Oh.
I could have, but getting paid double time and a half, I could not resist. So.
Yeah, well, paid time and a half is decent. I prefer that. Shit, I'd wear white and work.
I'd dress like a ballerina and fucking do custodial work and unplug a toilet. If they paid me that.
I would pay to see you in a ballerina costume.
No, you wouldn't.
Wand and tiara included.
I have a tiara. I have plenty of wands, so. Oh my God. I just don't own a tutu. I'm sorry, guys. That's just one thing I don't own. I have a lot of other stuff, but I don't own a tutu.
Well, there's plenty of time before Halloween to get a tutu. So.
Yeah, I have an anime convention coming up, and I have to go shopping for stuff because I got to build costumes. So yeah. All
right, let's get back into this. So we've already explored why these centaurs don't have nipples.
Because censorship.
Right, which was a rhetorical question, but yeah.
But I'm gonna hit the most popular ones tonight because I want you to think about something. I want you to think that the message in general of Disney.
Is there something wrong with me if I find this sexy?
No, it's actually very sexy. I love the art in Fantasia.
Okay.
And the centaurs are beautiful.
Okay, good. So it wasn't just me. Okay.
Is that of the magic kingdom? Is that of magic? And I ask you, the magic kingdom or God's kingdom?
Oh wow, this is an old cartoon. Did you see that?
Yeah, that is actually in the original.
General,
That it has been edited out of the more recent ones of the re-release because it was insensitive. It was actually also edited out of most of the
magic.
original releases as well, because it was around that time when they were finding things like this to be very racist, and they started taking those kind of characters out.
Yeah, because they had a lot of cartoon characters that were like this.
Yeah,
in some of these older. I think this was what, 1940s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
40s cartoons.
God's kingdom. Which one do you want to be caught in?
Oh, okay. If I had a choice between heaven, hell, or Disneyland, I'm going to Disneyland.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to Disneyland. I mean, come on, their churros rock, and we can go on Pirates of the Caribbean over and over and over.
It's like, it's like if you ever ask like a Christian what heaven is, you go to heaven, you die, you go to heaven, and you spend your eternal life worshiping and praising God. So yeah, I'll take the Magic Kingdom over heaven and hell any day of the week.
Yeah, let's go to Disneyland when we die, guys. It sounds a lot better than fucking heaven.
Yep.
The Magic Kingdom or in God's kingdom? Let's look at the first one. Let's look at Aladdin. Aladdin is one of those movies where a jinn is in a bottle and grants wishes.
It's from the Arabian Nights. It's one of it's a very old Middle Eastern tale.
Comes out, he grants wishes. Well, do you know what a jinn is?
A genie. My money's on a genie. Am I right? Come on.
It's a genie in a bottle, baby.
And then we go to a wax statue of Anton LaVey. At least I think it's a wax statue.
Yeah, that's from the Wax Museum in Vegas.
Okay. Special creatures mentioned in the Quran and in Islamic mythology who inhabit an unseen world in dimensions beyond the visible universe are humans.
Yeah, they're like the equivalent of demons in their mythology.
That grant wishes.
Huh?
That grant wishes.
Okay. I'm actually not that familiar with all the jinn mythology.
They're enslaved. I know some of it, but not a lot. They're pretty much enslaved until they grant the wishes, but most wishes have a bit of a undertone backfiring. Like you wish for eternal wealth, you're going to lose something, or something bad's going to happen, or that wealth has to come from somewhere, and you can be accused of stealing it.
Okay, because I thought you could only get 3 wishes if you polish their lantern.
That, and some of them you can get all the wishes that you want until you free the genie or the jinn. And if you free the jinn can do whatever they wish.
Okay.
And they will try to trick you into it.
Okay. Oh crap! Damn it!
Right there.
Thanks. Mythology inhabit an unseen world in dimensions beyond the visible universe are humans. Together, the jinn, humans, and angels make creatures in God. The Quran mentions that the jinn are made up of smoke, torch, and fire, but also physical in nature, being able to interact physically with people and objects, and likewise to be acted upon. Like human beings, the jinns can also be good, evil, or neutrally benevolent, and hence have free will like humans. And unlike angels, the jinns are mentioned frequently in the Quran. The whole movie is about a genie that grants wishes. It has demonic powers. Now, jinns, the real name of a jinn is a demon. That's the name in antiquity is a devil. It's a demon. So basically, this spirit being that can shape shift and change is coming out of a bottle, and he is granting wishes. Think about it. You understand that millions of people and many of them Christians have entertained themselves with devils?
So this guy, Does this guy like think that all these stories, all these fairy tales are actually real?
I think so.
Wow.
I think he's more delusional than we are.
Wow. See, that's what happens if you take your own holy book literally. You then have to assume that everything else is the same. It's all real. It's scary.
All that is a devil. You ask any Muslim what a jinn is, they'll tell you it's a devil. That's their term for a devil, a demon, a spirit, a foul spirit. They understand that quite well.
They understand that quite well, you see, because Islam and Christianity are, for right now, compatible, but in my next video, they're going to be against each other completely. So believe what I have to say right now.
Yeah, because, well, Islam is of Satan too, so. I mean, everything is.
About that, though, consider the older movies than that, The Sword and the Stone. That was a classic.
Yeah, it's based on the tale of Arthur, King Arthur, which is one of the oldest stories from especially England or the Anglo-Saxon. Oy.
I mean, I don't know, he comes up and he's king. They're looking for the next king, and he takes his hand, and he grabs that, and if he's the king, then all this light comes out, this shine, and he pulls that sword from the stone, and he's the king, and it's Merlin, the wizard that is there. How about that? A wizard. What does the Bible say about sorcerers and wizards? See, but that's just fake. Not to your neurons in your mind, it isn't. It's real. And it's not fake because you're watching it. And you and I are entertaining ourselves. So if it was real and it manifested itself as real in your life, you talk to some people who've done a lot of drugs and been around a lot of bad.
See, what do we got going on here? We got LSD. I think those are
shrooms.
Yeah, shrooms. And this, I believe, is probably heroin or meth, pot, booze, and cocaine.
Man, who drinks Jack Daniels for that, man? Like, here I am drinking some good old freaking moonshine, and they're like, oh, Jack Daniels is the devil's drink. And it's just like, huh, shows what you know.
Well, that's it.
But I do like the fact that they're creating, what is this called, a crutch, or I forget.
Yeah.
Is it called a crutch still?
A crutch and a gateway to devil.
Okay. And this, this is all because of Disney, right?
Yeah, it's all Disney's fault. That's why it's a smiley face on the LSD, and that's why they're using regular Jack Daniels and not Jack Daniels, the devil's cut.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's not like Disney has never come out with any anti-drug propaganda, like cough cough. I don't remember Disney doing any of that.
Well, I mean, it's just a natural progression. You're 5 years old watching Disney, and then then you're 12 years old going to Disneyland, and then you're 16 years old and you're doing crack. I mean, it's natural progression. It's all organic.
It's the pattern of life.
Yep.
Get used to it, bitches.
And they will tell you some of the stuff that you see in movies ain't that far-fetched. Not.
What the hell does this have to do with it?
This is your brain when you're Christian, and then they're going to show the brain when you're not.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but schizophrenia is a legitimate disorder that a lot of people suffer with. It doesn't have anything to do with drugs, and it doesn't have anything to do with Walt Disney.
No, it doesn't.
At all. Not at all. That part.
And neither does psychosis. There are people who suffer with psychosis too. It's a horrible mental illness is really, really it's a very tough thing to deal with. So people who deal with mental disorders, I mean, I really have a lot of respect for them, because it's a very difficult thing to go through, especially when you start going through serious schizophrenic psychosis. I mean, it's like they completely, their mind is like taken over. I mean, it's like horrible. It's like you know, having an arm that's completely out of your control. It just does whatever it wants to do. You know, and that's what they have to deal with all the time.
I mean, I watched my ex go through enough schizophrenic episodes in her lifetime, well, when we were together, that it can be scary, especially when they're sitting there and you're having a normal conversation and they just stop and they go, so look at that corner. There's nothing in that corner, right? And they just have this look of utter fear and terror on their face. And then they describe what they're seeing. And then they're like, okay, I'm just having a moment. I need to figure this out. But it can be horrible. It can lead to a lot of other issues. It can lead to some schizophrenics do end up drinking to try to cover it up because they feel if they're drunk, they won't see this stuff. Yes, they were on medication, but they were mostly medicated by a marijuana because the pills didn't help. That did. But in the end, it varies person to person. But I can tell you firsthand, it is scary sometimes to see psychosis in a person that you love and care about. Mm-hmm. And we watched it also in my step-sibling's mom, who she told the courts that she had to give up her car because a wall of humans built themselves up around the car, and she knew it was because she missed her medication.
That whole story, though, about the sword is about a young boy who will be king and a wizard who works special magic, and he spells and he shapeshifts. He changes things and he turns things into.
That's true to the story of Merlin.
Do it in a laughing way to make you laugh. So what are you and I doing? When we're watching that, we are laughing at witchcraft.
What's so bad about that?
It's fun to laugh at it. I mean, I laugh at it and I practice it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you were a Christian, you didn't believe in witchcraft, you believe that it comes from Satan, why wouldn't you encourage people to laugh at it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, go ahead, yeah, laugh at it.
We're laughing at people that conjure up spells. We're laughing at that. What is that? It's wickedness.
It's demeaning their power. It's showing that, these guys are funny. It takes away from the power, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're taking the piss out of it. You know?
That God hates, and we're laughing at it. How about Beauty and the Beast? That's an easy one we've talked about. I'll not belabor that one too long. But the Beast eventually turns all things into perfection, and everything is changed. You ever notice at the end of that where everything is made new by the...
Don't tell me this guy is missing the very... It's not even subtle. I mean, he's not seeing the analogy here. I mean, come on. All of us know what the analogy of that is, right?
Yeah.
It's...
You marry an ugly person for all their wealth?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, that's one of them.
Yeah. You know, I mean, she, the beauty, turns him into a handsome prince, but he starts out as an awful, horrible beast. It's a story. Go ahead.
Sorry, she helps fix him.
Yeah.
In a way that all women wish they can fix their husbands, and then they're just like, you know what? I give up. You do you, honey.
Wow. Yeah, that's one interpretation of it.
I'm cynical tonight, okay? I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. I mean, yeah. I mean, but yeah, I mean, because he's nice, you know, but she brings out the she tames the beast in him.
Yeah.
The beast fixes everything. Now turn to Revelation chapter 13, and all the world wondered at the beast. And he can make things good. He'll make things perfect. You say, oh, you're far-stretching. No, I'm not far-stretching anything, folks. You've been hypnotized to believe a lie. And so have I. Been hypnotized, think, oh, that's just. Now, since I got saved, I don't watch a lot of magic stuff anyway. That one was a no-brainer for me right away. It was like, I don't think God likes that stuff. I don't think magic is something God...
Oh, right. And they go from Harry Potter and the triangle to this thing with one eye.
They always have to hit Harry Potter.
Yep. And I'm thinking that most celebrities are doing this one eye thing now just to play into this Illuminati conspiracy bullshit, because I can't see them doing this for any other reason. And actually, wait a second, wouldn't that actually be the symbol for a white power?
I don't know. It looks like the OK symbol.
No, it's not the OK symbol. It's white power. Yeah, are you familiar with this, Dorian?
For me, it will always be the OK symbol. But
all right, okay. So there was this theory, this idea that was going around, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and I think it's still around. But you see how this kind of makes a P?
yeah.
And this makes a W. It was considered to be white power. And
that's stupid.
It is. So it could either be the OK symbol, which it has always been, or it could be the one eye, the Illuminati, or it could be white power. Or maybe it's something that we just haven't yet gleaned.
Or she's being goofy at a photo shoot.
No, there has to be some kind of deeper meaning.
Oh, come on, it's Emma Watson. There's no deeper meaning in life.
Really like.
See? WP.
Yeah, I pretty much picked up on that one pretty quick after I got.
See? Look at them. They're all into white power.
Something God wanted me to watch.
Oh my.
The beast that does it. How about the cartoon Pocahontas? That one takes the cake right there if you think about it. A woman that was converted to Christianity in real life. She was converted to Christianity. And Disney turns her into.
Yeah, let me see. There's never been any women in history who were seated in positions of power who converted to Christianity.
Or was made to be a Christian because their husband said so. She was, honestly, the story of Pocahontas is a lot sadder than what Disney put it out to be.
Yeah, but okay, so yes, there are all these famous, powerful women who became Christians because their husbands made them to. Like Queen Elizabeth?
Well, okay, not Queen Elizabeth, but
that's all right. I understand. Okay, so you have a very anti-male slant.
Not really. No. No, what I'm trying to mean is she was pretty much taken away from her family and pushed into being what the person who took her wanted her to be.
Oh, Pocahontas?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And she didn't really have a choice in the matter. She didn't just become Christian. No, she was told she had to be Christian. Other people in power, they can change their mind whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with the story of Pocahontas.
We can go over it later.
I always just thought her name was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Familiar spirit to get the answers to her problems. Disney turns her into an absolute spiritist and pagan. That's talking to a tree.
She's a flippin' Indian, you idiot! They did not have the Bible or your version of God over here back then. For fuck's sake! Oh my God!
Says, oh, I talked to your mother before and taught her what to do. Now I'll teach you what to do. What is that? Pantheism. They make magic look grand, and that it cannot be evil because magic is used to defeat evil.
No, there's six.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just pointing out there's a 6 right here. That's it.
They show evil magic in here all the time. It's not like
it's a battle of good and evil when it comes to Disney. There's always a hero and there's always a villain. That is what Disney does.
And that right there is based in the Western Christian culture. There's always good and evil. There's God and Satan. There's the Christ and the Antichrist. It's this whole story of the good and evil comes from Christianity. It's part of our Christian culture.
I was gonna say, like, even in Aladdin, we have what is his name, Jafar or something.
Jafar.
He does black magic, like dark magic, whatever you want to call it, all the freaking time. That's what he is. That's why he wants to be a djinn, so he can be godlike in his power.
The just farted guy. Yep.
They have one good magic and one black magic, and Disney takes that, and Disney shows you that, hey, there's an evil wizard, but there's a good wizard too. So what did that set up in your mind, that there's an evil wizard and there's a good wizard? Well, let me ask you a question. The Magic Kingdom or God's kingdom? In the Magic Kingdom, there are no abs.
Wait, why is he holding a sickle?
I don't know.
Weird.
Absolutes. No absolutes in the Magic Kingdom. But in God's kingdom, there are absolutes. Consider other movies like Escape to Witch Mountain and other movies like that, full of evil and witchcraft and magic power. Snow White, full of magic, and the young maiden is tempted by the witch to eat the apple. Now, do you think they used that apple by accident? I mean, honestly, do you think that was used by accident? Red apple.
That is awesome.
That is the best picture right there.
And it's all yeah, because it looks like the Apple logo.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, but also the apple has, going all the way back to Avalon, the apple has the symbol of being part of the other world. That's probably why it was incorporated into this Disney story. That's why it was enchanted by the witch, and when she takes a bite out of it, she goes to sleep. It's because, like, apples and pigs and certain things are considered to be part of the other world.
Apple that they're showing was an accident, or you think it's got a clear mocking of the Genesis story?
And I don't think the Genesis story actually says that it's I think they said it's a fruit of a tree. I don't think they actually specify what it is.
They just say it's a forbidden fruit. They don't say it's an apple. They don't say it's an orange. They don't say it's a pear. It's just a fruit.
Yeah.
It could be a fucking fig for all we know.
It probably was a fig. Have you ever heard anything about that, Dorian? Uh-oh. Dorian?
I think he dropped by accident. His computer might have been glitching.
Okay. All right. Well, anyhow, we'll have to ask him that when he gets back.
Oh.
Is he back?
His beer pong one popped up for a second. I think it switched him to his secondary channel.
Oh, okay.
I know I had to sign out of Drunken Heathen in order to get back onto mine. So we released an episode last night of me trying beers, and dear gods, Soren got some ashes. I got disgusted.
Oh, I got to see that. I seen that in my feed, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to catch up on all these videos and work on a video at the same time.
Oh, it's just a short, fun little video of me having sour looks on my face.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'll have to watch it. Is he back yet?
not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, anyhow, so in the story of Genesis, I believe that it's a tree of forbidden knowledge. And the story comes down to us that she supposedly ate an apple or gave the apple to Adam, and then Adam ate the apple, and, from there they realized they were naked and all this stuff. But I don't think that in the story it's actually, first of all, I don't think apples grow in the Middle East. I could be wrong about that.
I don't know. Let me look up in Genesis.
Yeah.
Yes, phone make. Oh, there's Dorian.
There he is.
Back my
That's
laptop
right.
fell, so.
So, hey, we got a question for you, Dorian. So we're looking at, you can probably see it on the screen. It's the story about, Genesis, where Adam and Eve, or Eve eats the apple or gives the apple to Adam, and then, the story from there. But do you know if it actually says in the Bible, or whichever version of the Bible, do they actually say it's an apple, or is it just fruit?
It is just fruit. I've never read one that specifically says apple.
Yeah, it's showing that it's just a fruit tree.
Yeah.
It's saying yields seeds, and the fruit tree yields the fruit after his kind of whatever seed it is itself upon the earth. So it be.
Yeah.
It never describes.
My sarcastical guess would be that it is a tomato. That is why to this day it's always debated whether tomato is a fruit or a vegetable.
Yeah, but it's also pronounced tomato.
Ooh.
Yes. That's right. I went there. And it's also potato. Potato and tomato.
I mean, we know that, right? We know that they're doing that in that movie. That's what that's about. I mean, it's a witch that comes.
Yep. See, it's a tomato.
Long, and that's exactly what she tries to trick him into doing. I want you to think back. I mentioned something about Aladdin. I want you to think back on that Aladdin. There's a song that's played in there, and I want to show you how closely those two are attached to witchcraft.
See, and also he's missing it. You see all these phallic symbols. See it?
Oh Lord, I never noticed.
See, and look, there's another 6 right here. See, 6 phallic symbols. See, Diana Moon. See, yep, fertility, male fertility, with the moon goddess and the 6.
Illuminati confirmed.
And also right down here, you see her hair? That's an upside down 6. You see?
You're on the ball tonight.
Yep.
And what's being taught to you. Everybody has heard this song before. If you've ever watched that movie, A Whole New World, you've heard that song, right? You've probably heard it. Well, listen to the words. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Okay, so stop right there.
I wonder what he's going to say about this. What do you
I do
say?
Why would you let your heart decide? It's supposed to be God that decides everything.
He's probably going to bring up the Bible verse. I can't remember which one off by heart, but it's like, oh, the heart will deceive you and blah, 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 stuff like that. So I'm betting my money on that right now.
I'm pretty sure Dorian's right.
Yeah, I think Dorian's right too. But doesn't it seem like this story, like talking about her heart as in who she wants to love?
That's what it is supposed to be talking about.
Oh man, let's see what this guy says.
What is he saying? What is he saying when he's singing that song? He's telling her to decide, let her heart decide what she should do. Now,
yep, you were right. You called it.
what does the Bible say about your heart? It says it is desperately wicked. Who can know it? You're to follow and obey God's book.
Is that the one you were thinking of, Dorian?
I know there's a few in there. I just can't remember the exact one. But for Eagle purposes, yes, that was the exact one I was thinking of.
Not your heart.
Unbelievable.
Because your heart is desperately wicked. And you're to follow. But what's this message? This message is saying, oh, come on. A guy comes in. He's a thief. Right?
I love that picture, though. It's like a guy comes in and the guy's like, I don't know.
And look, he's holding this very phallic bread. You see that?
Around a group of hookers.
Yeah, and there just happens to be 3 of them. Right?
Oh no.
And,
I see.
And we've all seen the image of Baphomet, right? Look, he's got one hand going up and then the other hand going down, right? See, just like Baphomet. I've been watching these videos for way too long. I'm starting to think like them. And look, there's triangles. See? Look.
Oh my God.
Triangle.
We need to get you away from these videos.
I'm going to be opening up that new account, but the thing is, it's not going to be a troll account. It'll be a real account.
We're just thinking it's trolling.
Exactly.
Thief, he comes in and he flies on a magic carpet and he comes in and he's telling her not to get married the way she was supposed to, but to listen to him and to leave and to go with him and follow her heart.
But isn't she in love with him? I mean, don't they fall in love? I don't know the story.
They do fall in love.
Yeah. So she was probably going to marry somebody who she didn't love, right?
She was trying. They were trying to marry her off to different suitors, and she had the right to choose who she wanted. And Jafar was trying to push her father into having her marry him, like brainwashing her father. But yeah, we all know what happens in the end. He gets her into a genie and then locked away because he's a bad guy. A bad guy sucks.
Question: would you want a guy to come into your daughter when she's 18 years old and to start to strike up a relationship with your daughter and tell her that she should follow her heart and leave and come with him?
Well, back then, if you were 18, you were a good ripe age. You were on the decline.
Yeah, so you would hope that somebody would come and take her away.
Yep. Chances are you probably got married off, especially in the Middle East, when you were about 14 or 15. That would be kind of old.
Would you want that to happen? No. Well, then why would you and I watch a movie where that teaches that very lesson, and then wonder why the children grow up and they do just that? About it. Listen to this. This is satanic. I want you to understand the magic and the Satanism that is mixed with this. Listen, I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride.
Damn,
that just sounds sexual.
It sure does.
That sounds like a great Friday night to me.
The first thing I was thinking, it sounds like some hip hop song. And take you over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride.
Bitch. You be my blankety blank blank blank.
Take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. Wow.
New world, a new fantastic point of view. Do you see what he's saying there? I can open your eyes. Have you heard that before?
No.
That's right. What did Satan say to Eve in the Garden of Eden? Oh, God does surely know that the day you eat thereof, your eyes will be open, and you'll be as gods.
and she's eating a tomato.
So because she doesn't want to be in an arranged marriage to a man she doesn't love, suddenly the devil came and freed her from a life of misery.
Yep. And what's right here?
A tomato.
See that? Tomato. It's all right there, people. It's right there in plain sight. All you got to do is open your eyes.
Take you wonder by wonder, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. Listen to this now. No one to tell us no or where to go. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. It's Satan.
Oh God! Now the corn. Oh God! Disney apparent Aladdin's partner for all these. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
How the hell did he?
I don't know. I mean, this guy's jumping every fucking where.
I mean, I was actually following him for a little while. I mean, it was kind of like a crazy rabbit trail, but I was following. I'll admit, I was picking up the breadcrumbs. I was right behind him, but then he just took a sharp left turn.
I just ran into a wall because of him.
And also, as most of you know, this is not the whole thing. It's love is a law, love under will. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the. I'm probably even mispronouncing it, but this is just half of it. It's not even the whole thing.
But this sounds more epic, man. Like, you can't have love in there when you're talking about magic. Magic and love don't coexist.
Well, they just focus on this part right here. Do what you want, and they completely miss the concept of it. But it just says, "Do what thou will." So yeah, you can just do whatever you want. It's just a religion of that, Just do whatever you want. That's all it is. There's nothing else to this. There's nothing else to the belief of Kalima. Aleister Crowley didn't teach anything else. All he taught about was you do whatever you want. That's it.
That sounds like Loki's motto, I do what I want.
Right.
And if you don't think about Walt Disney's burning in hell right now, that he didn't know that, now he wasn't around for this.
Is that demon being fisted?
Well,
like,
no.
His mom is just like, let me kiss that ass of yours, Satan.
There was this ancient belief that when you went to the Sabbath, one of the things you had to do is you had to kiss the demon on the genitals or the ass, depending upon the translation. But that was what these people, one of the things that they had to confess to when they went to these Sabbaths was that they were with these people, and usually they were naked, but they had to kiss the genitals of the devil or the man in black.
But everything else that led up to it, he was. I mean, there's worse than that even back farther if you study it. But anyway, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. Do you not get it? Do you see what you've got to make?
Do we not get it?
I just see a song that's trying to open her eyes to a whole new world of life, not a whole new world of belief. Just seeing that there's more than just the palace walls.
Yeah, but you don't see the Aleister Crowley quote in there?
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Man that's coming in that's trying to get a girl away from the structure of her home, take her away, and to teach her all these things. And he's going to show her a whole new world, just like Satan said that your eyes will be open. I mean, life will be different for you. You'll be like a god. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling. Soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky, a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
So that maybe that freewheeling thing was that cartwheel spell.
Could be.
100,000 things to see. Hold your breath. It's getting better. Do you see how this is satanic? Do you understand what the message that's being taught here?
No, not a clue. You lost me, buddy. I was really trying to follow this guy for a little while, but he completely lost me.
And he says this: I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far, I can't go back to where I used to be.
How much? You know that these people they throw in some of these words just because they rhyme.
Exactly.
What's Satan? Yeah. He's that star that can't go back to where he used to be.
No, Lucifer is the star. Lucifer is supposedly the light bearer who fell from heaven. Not Satan, you idiot. Two different characters. But not surprised he doesn't know that.
So he has to go to a whole new world. He has to teach a whole...
And, of course, the New World Order. Wow, this guy's got everything in this video.
New world and everything else. What's the goal? A new world order. A new world order. A new world order. You say,
a new world order. A new world order. A new world order. It's like he repeats the same thing over and over. We heard you the first time, buddy.
Yeah, and now I've got that fucking ministry song stuck in my head.
Like that. Really? You can't see magic and witchcraft and a song mixed in? By the way, you need to learn what rock and roll, how devil-possessed rock and roll people.
Yep, and it comes down to Satan. Rock and roll is Satan's music. Man, this guy's got everything in there. I'm surprised he doesn't throw in some Bill Schnobel in.
You know,
Oh, he probably will here soon. We just know it.
Yeah.
Very much. And they admitted that they get all their inspiration from the devil. And if you talk to some people that went to rock concerts and hung out with some of them, they'll tell you, you can feel the spirit of wickedness there in that place. You don't even, you can just feel it. You just walk in the presence of it and you can feel it right away. Every turn a surprise with new horizons.
So just out of curiosity, so this hand symbol right here, I don't know how it got into rock and roll, really. I think because of the, or, you know, you see that happen in a lot of concerts. I don't know exactly how it got into or being associated with, especially like heavy metal music or whatever. I think probably is maybe a joke because heavy metal music was supposed to be of Satan. But this hand symbol is actually the hand symbol of the horned god that somehow got into this. It's just funny. I mean, I'm assuming that's how it got into it. I could be completely wrong. It could have gotten into it by some other means. I mean, I honestly don't know how it started.
I don't know either. All I know is I think people thought, oh, horned god, so they mean Satan because he has horns. Because not a lot of people know a lot about mythology when you bring it up.
The wickedness there in that place. You don't even, you can just feel it. You just walk in the presence of it and you can feel it right away. Every turn a surprise with new horizons to pursue. Every moment red letter. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be. A thrilling chase. A wondrous place for you and me. What's that teaching? I mean, the song is, have you ever noticed all these movies teach for?
It's just a fucking song, you idiot. You're reading way too much into it. What a surprise.
They always do, though.
Yes, exactly.
Right. They all teach, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. They all teach that. All those movies are about somebody that's structured in an order, and they've got to break free from that order. What is that? Out of chaos comes order. It's the same satanic message that's in music, and that's in movies, and that's in the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, whoa, I never noticed that before, but look, it's a triangle.
Oh, wow, you're right. I'm sitting here going, chaos does turn into order after you fix the shit. It's just a normal common link. How is that a bad thing?
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
In the movie Mulan 2, a girl is guarded by a red dragon that is watching out for her. He's her guardian.
It's part of her culture!
You know what
No, it's Satan.
Oh.
the dragon is?
See?
I can tell you the old dragon, the old wicked serpent, Satan. I mean, you understand that, don't you? So
See? I know. It's probably from a completely different culture, and dragons are considered to be good luck. But no, it's actually Satan, Loki. I know you don't want to admit it, but it's Satan, okay?
I'm looking at Mushu right now. I'm like, I don't see how that could ever be Satan. He's not clever enough.
I know. They're considered to be good luck. But no, it's Satan.
what is the message that's being taught there? Oh, Satan will protect you.
Yep.
Oh, no, they didn't say Satan. They said the dragon. They know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly what they're doing.
They're going off of a tale of a girl who rebelled, pretend to be a boy, cross-dressed, and saved China.
It's worth wonders. When this dragon goes into a temple, he calls the spirits out to help him prepare for this girl's wedding. So he walks into a Chinese temple, and the spirits start coming out. He starts conjuring them up to do something for him.
How dare those Chinese have their own culture that's not Christian culture? That's so satanic.
Exactly.
How dare they honor their ancestors? How dare they?
They're calling up evil spirits, not their ancestors.
Also, the demons help you. You see, now we've said that calling spirits forth will help you. There's nothing wrong with that. See, it's okay. Do you understand that? See, you say it's just a cartoon. No, they're showing you that if you do this, that they'll help you. No, the devil won't help you. The devil will destroy you. But that's the message that is given. That's the message that is given.
Okay, did you guys just see? They showed the Satanic Bible. The Satanic Bible is shock atheism in a book. It even pretty much says so itself. So I don't think he's ever actually read half of the stuff he's even posted on here.
No.
It's just, I've heard this from a friend of a friend of a friend of mine, so it must be true.
Well, it's because, you know, it's the Satanic Bible. I mean, what else could it possibly mean? Right?
But I've had debates with Christians on Twitter. If you actually read the Satanic Bible, it's all about atheism. It's like survival of the fittest, and you got to be smart and strong to succeed.
Well, that's your first mistake, having debates with Christians on Twitter.
I yell at Donald Trump a lot, but that's just me.
I mean,
they don't even have to buy the book. There's a free PDF version you can download and stuff like that.
Yep. I mean, I tried to have a debate with somebody once via Twitter, and being limited to 120 characters, I just gave up. I was like, you know what? There's no way there's no way that we can have a discussion limited by 120 characters.
Even have to get into a subliminal message.
See, look, see that sex? See, it's all right there, all right in front of us. Phallic symbols I was showing you before, the 666, it's all there. Open your eyes.
Confirmed.
Tonight, and I'm not gonna talk about any images. I'm not gonna talk about anything subliminal. I'm gonna take exact content, and I want to ask you: the magic kingdom or the kingdom of God?
This guy's getting so upset. He reminds me of what's that guy's name? A Call for an Uprising. That guy pretty much has an aneurysm every fucking video he makes.
But it's just like, okay, man, you're not a black preacher. Calm your shit.
Exactly.
I don't need to go into any of that stuff. I don't need to go into any of it. I can prove all this stuff is from the pit of hell just by the content.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Where did he get that's really disturbing.
Maybe the collector's version of Bambi, but I don't remember that scene personally, so.
Like, I don't either. Shit. Oh my god, that's like the Mickey thing.
It's like zombie Bambi. after Bambi gets shot, comes back to life to take revenge on all the hunters. That's really disturbing.
I don't have to go into anything else. See, why is this important? For when your family, when they walk up to you and they ask you and they look at you, they say, well, how come they can't have this movie? But you actually can give them an answer. You can tell them why. Look at
See? 666. Told you.
One of them. One of them.
One of them. One of... Oh, God.
6, 6, 6, like I pointed out earlier.
Can I say the magic kingdom or God's kingdom? Or the kingdom of God? Which one? Which one?
Which one? Pick now. Come on. Come on. Which one?
C.
Too late. You're going now.
Okay. You say, well, come on now. You're being too hard. That's all modern stuff. Good old Walt, he couldn't have known about any of that.
That's interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily I don't think that's Masonic regalia. I don't know for sure though.
I have no idea.
They usually have like a little apron here. So I'm not seeing that. So I don't know. I've heard this supposed theory that he was a 33rd degree Freemason, but I don't know. I don't think he was, but I could be wrong. Even so, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just a male fraternity.
Around for any of that. Okay, well, let's go back into Walt's day. Let's take a movie called Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh my God.
Full of sugar. Because you're going to need it to help this medicine go down after I give this to you.
But
I promise.
he's here all week, folks.
You're gonna need a few spoonfuls of sugar to help this medicine go down, I'm sure. But listen, consider this. Now, by the way, I want to preface this before I say this. This information didn't come from me.
Oh, look at these people wearing blackface. So offensive.
Independent Baptist. This comes from a Wicca website.
The Wicca website.
Wiccans, right? It's a Satanist, a Wiccan, a wizard, a warlock. So they don't like Baptists. And I guarantee you they don't like me. And I guarantee
we hate Baptists. I tell you what. All those Baptists coming down to our Wiccan Covens and being like, hey, you may know the Bible word for word, but do you know what it means?
Exactly. We're trying to, do human trafficking, and we have our slaves there. Christians and Baptists are coming into our covens. It's annoying. It makes it so difficult to commit human trafficking when people are, being nosy and asking questions about the Bible.
Extremely. I mean, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just going to tell the truth about what they see. Listen to this. When Mary Poppins arrived at the Banks household, she was delicately floating down from the clouds, the heavens, with an umbrella as her flying tool. This occurred after an extremely strong wind had swept away all the other potential nannies for Jane and Michael. Well, now listen to this. Listen to how he slipped this in here. Brother Andrew's got me.
This is unbelievable. He's turning Mary Poppins into some kind of a witch coming down with floating on an umbrella.
Yeah, I didn't know we use umbrellas now.
I got the perfect thing for this, okay? I got the perfect thing for this. Are you ready? Oh, man. I tell you what. That Mary Poppins, magic wind, bro. Satanic Illuminati confirmed.
Shit.
Listen how while looking out the window at the storm, the children noticed Mary Poppins floating their way. Michael said perhaps it's a witch. To which Jane responded, of course not. Witches have brooms.
Racist little brat. We don't all have brooms.
How?
Why did they do that? Because they're mocking you. They're telling you that I got you to watch witchcraft, and you're too stupid to figure it out. And you're right, because we were. And we wanted to
giving him that look.
Huh?
Imagine her, Mary Poppins, giving him that look like, you're just that special kind of stupid, aren't you?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is really that special kind of stupid. Oh, man. All right, let's see if we can finish up at least this Mary Poppins thing.
Some flying lady around with an umbrella. That happens every day. Go outside, look up there. Lady flying around with an umbrella. Now, some people debate whether Mary Poppins deserves to give the title of a witch.
Yes, I'm sure people are debating it. Yeah, Reddit is just inflamed by this controversy.
Either Reddit or Tumblr is. I don't know which.
There's websites and websites after websites dedicated to this main argument. Was Mary Poppins a witch or not? Tune in next week when we'll have some experts.
But if you look at it, she exhibits many characteristics of a practitioner of the craft, they call it. She has strong connections with nature, practices a form of magic, has a positive aura which affects everyone around her, and has a knowledge of medicine as a healer, a teacher, a giver, and a protector. And
she dances around with cartoon sheep. So, yeah. I'm decided.
Of course, this is from a Wiccan perspective.
How is it from a Wiccan perspective?
Because he said so.
Oh, okay. Right. Gotcha.
Do you see? And you're probably running around the house singing that song.
Yep.
Maybe not. Hope many of you guys.
And I got an umbrella too, and I'm running around dancing. All right. So I don't know how much longer he's going to go on about Mary Poppins, but we'll go ahead and end it here.
Oh man, that guy is a piece of work.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like you said earlier, he's a special kind of stupid.
I think I don't even think I can go to enough psychology classes to figure him out.
Okay, so we stopped at 22:30.
Okay. He's just that special kind of person.
Yeah, he's special, all right.
Ugh.
I don't know. I'll have to actually go to his channel and see if he has more videos like this.
I find him interesting, and yes, he might be on LSD. He might be on LSD, or it might have trashed his brain when he was in high school. But
I don't know. I think some of these people they have some kind of a I don't know if I want to call it like a mental illness or some type of like they just focus in on something, and like I was doing earlier, they just find somehow some kind of a connection, and then they make another connection. It's like that guy. Remember when we were watching that video, and he's driving down the road, and he's like free associating various things.
Oh, that was priceless.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like it's like they take certain things that come into their field of vision and they start tying it all together. And then they tie it together to the occult. I mean, it's like, I don't know what you would call it, like some kind of a savant or what. I mean, it's just bizarre. But anyhow, all right. So now it's 9 o'clock. Now that I got my time right. So next week we won't have Dorian, but Loki and myself will be holding down the fort.
yep, and hopefully I'll have my voice and won't be hacking up half a lung every time I attempt to cough or breathe.
Dorian has some kind of a weird Canadian ritual he has to go to.
Darn our Canadian safety rituals.
Yep.
You know, that's why we here in America do that on work time and not make us do overtime. We just schedule it during our shift so that we get paid for it and not have to take a whole another day out of our life for it. So we just don't have to clean a toilet, so we can just learn to do something else, like apparently talk to a person or understand what the enrollment system of our college is, even though we don't fucking need to know that.
Well, I would just like to plug something right now. If any of our followers are on Twitter and you guys taken any good screenshots, make sure you type in #HeathenHaven with your screenshot so we can all see it. I have a few on there right now, but more the merrier.
Yes, we should have been looking for good screenshots because there was a couple of them there.
All of this, I might just go through the video and take the pictures of the satanic animals.
Yeah, there you go. And even if you find like a good screenshot that looks good, that would make a good meme, just put it up there. And then those of us that want to, can go into Photoshop or GIMP or whatever we have and play around with it and turn it into something. So, all righty. Thanks all. We will see you next week and have a good night. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.